Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So to make this crop top you will need a weight 4 yarn and a 3.5mm hook. So begin by making a chain of 14. Then place a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook and then place a double crochet into each stitch until you reach the very end. So when you reach the last stitch, you're going to place 2 double crochet, a chain 1 and 2 more double crochet. And then you're going to flip it over to the side and you're going to place double crochets into every space until you reach the end. So for your next row, you're going to chain 3. You're going to skip that first space, then double crochet into the next. And then you're going to double crochet into every stitch until you reach that chain 1 space at the very top. So once you reach that chain 1 space, you're going to place 2 double crochets, a chain 1 and 2 more double crochets. And then you're going to continue placing a double crochet into every stitch until you reach the end. And then repeat this row over and over again until the cup is big enough to cover your breast. And then when you have that cup made, it's time to make your second cup and then put to one side. So next you're going to make a chain of 20. Then grab one of your cups. And you're going to be placing single crochets on the bottom edge of this cup. So into each one of these spaces, you will be placing 2 double crochets or 2 single crochets all the way across. So with your chain of 20 ready, grab your cup and into that very first corner space, you're going to place 2 single crochets. And then place 2 single crochets into your next space and then place 2 single crochets into each space all the way across the bottom edge of your cup. Next you're going to make a chain of 2. Then you're going to grab your second cup and then you're going to place 2 single crochets into that very first corner space and 2 single crochets into each of the other spaces all the way across that cup. So when you get to the end of this cup, you're going to make a chain of 22. Then turn your work and then double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. And then place a double crochet into every other chain all the way across. And make sure that you double crochet into the 2 chains that are in the middle of each cup as well. So next you're going to chain 5. This chain 5 counts as a double crochet and 2 chains. So next turn your work. So next you're going to skip these 3 chains, and then into that 4th you're going to place a double crochet, chain 2, skip 2 stitches, double crochet into the next, then you're going to chain 2 again, skip 2 stitches and double crochet into the next, next chain 2, skip 2 stitches and then double crochet into the next, then you're going to double crochet into that same stitch again. You're going to chain 1 and then make 2 more double crochets into that very same stitch. So you're going to repeat that whole process again. So chain 2, skip 2 stitches, double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 2 stitches, double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 2 stitches, double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 2 stitches, double crochet into the next, then place another double crochet into that same stitch, then chain 1 and then place another 2 double crochets, and repeat that whole process until you reach the end. So at the end here I was left with 4 stitches, so just to make things even I just chained 3 and then I placed a double crochet into the very last stitch. So for the next row, chain 5. Again, this counts as your first double crochet and chain 2. So turn your work and then you're going to place a double crochet on top of the double crochet from the previous round or row. And then you're going to make 2 chains, double crochet on top of the double crochet from the previous row, then chain 2 again, double crochet on top of that double crochet, then chain 2, and then into this chain 1 space you're going to place 2 double crochet, a chain 1 and 2 more double crochet. So if you can hear a weird noise in the background, it's my dog. He's right beside me and he decided now was the best time to lick himself, so I apologize for that. So the same thing again, chain 2, double crochet on top of the double crochet from the previous row, then chain 2, double crochet on top of the next double crochet, and keep going until you reach this V here, and you place 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, and continue all the way across until you reach the end. So when you reach the end, you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to double crochet into the 3rd chain of your chain 5. For the next row, chain 5 again. Turn your work. Double crochet on top of the first double crochet. Then chain 2, double crochet on top of the next double crochet, and keep going until you reach that chain 1 space. So here we are coming up to the cluster. So make your chain 2, and then into that chain 1 space, instead of putting 2 double crochets, a chain 1, 2 double crochets, you're going to place 3 double crochets, a chain 1 and 3 more double crochet. And you'll continue this way for this row and the next row. So the next row is going to have 3 double crochets, a chain 1 and 3 double crochets. So continue going, chain 2, and then double crochet on top of the next double crochet, and then chain 2 again, double crochet on top of the next double crochet. Continue then until you get to your cluster. So make sure that before you reach the cluster, you're going to chain 2, and then once you reach that cluster, into the chain 1 space, make 3 double crochet, a chain 1 and 3 double crochet, and then continue this way until you reach the end, and then repeat this row 1 more time. So once you have your 2 rows of 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, that for the next row you're going to chain 5, and then turn your work, and then double crochet on top of the first double crochet, and continue as usual until you reach the cluster. So into this cluster, first chain 2, and into this cluster you're going to be placing 4 double crochets, a chain 1 and then another 4 double crochets. So this row will be the exact same. You'll have all the way across 4 double crochet, chain 1, 4 double crochet, and then the next row will be the same, 4 double crochets, chain 1, 4 double crochets. So essentially you're going to have 2 rows with the 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, and then 2 rows of 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, and then 2 rows of 4 double crochet, chain 1, 4 double crochet. I hope that's not too confusing. So yeah, that's that. If you want it longer, your next 2 rows will be 5 double crochets, chain 1, 5 double crochets, and so on and so on. So where you are now, just make a chain that's about 200 chains long, then cut your yarn and then attach to the other corner, and then make another 200 chains, and then continue for the other side. These will be your back straps. And then finally, for your shoulder straps, make a chain of 200, fold that chain in half, then look for your chain 1 space at the top of your cup, and then feed that long chain through it, and then bring the tail through that loop, and then just pull it tight, and then repeat the same thing for the other side. And that's it. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Until next time, take care.